I'd say that compared to London, what I'm used to, London's very high, very 24/7. London don't sleep, you know. I'd say the Netherlands, it's a lot more chill. At the start of Utrecht, it hasn't been easy. It's been a lot of ups and downs, you know, the first season. Yeah, the relationship's great. Obviously, sometimes he always keeps telling me to be patient, you know, because I'm just hungry to play, you know.
Adrian, thanks for joining me on Football-Oranje. We've loved talking about British players that play out in the Netherlands on Football-Oranje, as well as everything else we do with Dutch national team. So lots of questions today on your move to Netherlands. But you're a 19-year-old winger who started out in the Watford Academy. You've been in the Netherlands the past 2 years now. So first of all, I want to ask you, how's your Dutch coming along?
Yeah, I'll pick it. To be honest, I can understand a little here and there, but obviously, at the club, there's a lot of different players, you know, from different countries. So the main language is English, but yeah, I'm trying to pick up as I go along. But it is very hard because everyone speaks English, very good English here. So yeah, that's pretty much to say about that.
What can you say already?
Thank you, Val. Quite a few. Don't put me on the spot like this.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, you've been there for a couple of years then, so you're settling in. But I do want to start by rewinding all the way back to when you started at Watford and just ask, what are your earliest footballing memories when it comes to being in the Watford Academy?
Yeah, all I pretty much ever knew was Watford, you know. I come there when I was, I think, 8 years old. I went all the way straight through to the first team, you know. So I'll say my first footballer memory was just with the boys from under nines and just really just playing football. I wouldn't say one big memory, but just growing up with just freedom just to play. So it was a very good time, you know, and I thank Watford a lot for everything.
Yeah, you were really highly rated in the Watford Academy, especially your FA Youth Cup performances. So what are your memories from sort of that time then, as you're growing up now? And was there anyone that had a big influence on your development, for example?
Yeah, to be fair, I even say this now, like I still miss FA Youth Cup to this day. I think it's the first kind of, I would say it's the first kind of competition as a youth player that kind of feels like you're a pro, you know, because everyone's taking it seriously and everything. And yeah, the FA Youth Cup is a great platform to show yourself. So 100%, I think the FA Youth Cup is an amazing competition. And obviously, in terms of who's helped me, yeah, I had a few coaches along the way at Watford. Armand, I had Tom Hart. I had a few players that helped me along the academy. Obviously, it was very tough the last year, you know, because I haven't signed a contract and there was a lot of issues around there. There's a lot of ups and downs in that season, but I'm still grateful for everything that they've done for me, and I have to give them, all I can give them is respect and wish them the best.
And I do want to ask you about that as well. People of a Watford persuasion are interested to know that you did leave whilst you were highly rated, and obviously you've gone on to do quite well with Utrecht so far. So what was behind that move? Was it about game time? Did you really want to change the scenery or something else?
Yeah. I think I wanted to try something new as well, you know. There was a lot of behind the scenes stuff that happened that I was a bit, I won't go into too much detail, that I was a bit iffy about. But the move to 11, I thought it was a great platform as a young player to go there, show myself. And slowly, obviously, at the start of Utrecht, it hasn't been easy. It's been a lot of ups and downs, you know, the first season. But now all the rewards are paying off and showing why I made this move. And now we're fourth in the league now, fighting for a Europa League spot. So I couldn't have asked for anything more. And I'm just going to keep getting better and better and developing. So I think this move was the right decision instead of staying in England, in my opinion.
Yeah, I do want to talk about this then now. We'll talk about the Eredivisie on Football-Oranje. And you moved to Utrecht then, big step abroad at a young age. You did it at 17, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, a week before I turned 18. Yeah, 18. Wow. So, yeah.
Still, I mean, it's a young age to do something like that. It's a brave move. So I want to know what made you choose the Netherlands. You could have stayed in England, I guess, and done something else there, but you chose to come over here. And then I want to ask you as well, like, what differences have you noticed between developing at Watford and developing at Utrecht?
Yeah, I think I chose the Netherlands because it's a great league, you know, for a young player as well, to develop. And obviously now it's showing that and I'm taking opportunities now and coming in. So I think it's a great step for young players. Always been, the Netherlands is known for young players coming through and getting a chance. So for me, it was a no-brainer to come here. And now, like I said, the rewards are showing. And in terms of the differences, I'd say it's hard to really say. I'd say obviously in England, I'd say the Championship is a lot more physical. We can say that, of course. You have a lot more physically. England is at a high level, 100%. But I would say technically, the Dutch is to a very good standard, and everyone here is technically unbelievable. So there's so many good things about the Dutch league, so many good things about the English league. Yeah, they're both top leagues.
If I pitted Watford against Utrecht right now, next day, who wins that match?
Utrecht, for sure.
Wow, very confidently said.
Yeah, Utrecht won it, for sure.
Yeah, we're chasing Europa League this season, and like pretty certain now that's gonna happen. Finishing fourth would be a great achievement, and obviously you've been a part of that, coming off the bench, scoring some late goals. Are you looking forward to what's coming next, really, with Utrecht? Because with you breaking through, you're breaking into that first team now at a young age. Europa League's next season, there'll be a load of games. So does that really excite you?
Yeah, to be honest, as you've seen my Utrecht journey, it's always been going better and better, you know. So I started with the second team. Obviously, I came with the first team, start with the second team to play matches to keep going. And towards the end of last season, I made my break. Now this season, I'm really making a next step. So as the manager keeps talking to me, my progression's only going this way, and it's going to keep going that way. So 100%, like you said, now I'm starting to break in team. Now I'm starting to be one of the most important players this season from off the bench. So only next season, if we get in Europe, with more games, more playing time, and more time to show myself, I'm only going to get better. So I'm really excited. You know, Europa League, there's going to be a lot of matches to play. So 100%, I think I can really make the big step next season.
It'd be massive for Utrecht to make it through some of those qualifiers, and even if they drop into the Conference League, that is still a brilliant place for Utrecht to be. Yeah.
100%.
So I mean, it's going to be coming back for pre-season, right? And you've got to hit the ground running so you can make it into that competition.
Yeah, 100%. For us, this if you said to us we'll be fourth at the start of the season, everyone would have bite your hand off for this, you know. So that's what some people don't realize. I know sometimes we might lose a game, but sometimes you got to enjoy the moment, you know, of where we are right now. We're fourth in the league, 3 points off third, and hopefully going to get a European spot this season. And that's what we want from the start of the season. We want to be in Europe. So I think it's been an amazing season, but there's 5 finals left, and we have to stay focused to what goal we want.
So people watching the Eredivisie might be aware about the impact you've had, but if they're not, like you did come off the bench and score a couple of goals against Go Ahead Eagles. There was another great strike against Villentue. I even saw you come off the bench against Groningen at the weekend. Like you're just having an impact. You came close to scoring twice.
Yeah.
That impact you're having is great. I just want to know, like, tell us about how that was for you, like some of the best atmospheres you've been in the Netherlands. I can imagine those 2 big impacts you had off the bench would be up there. With you celebrating 100%. With the fans.
Yeah, for me, starting, come off the bench, whatever it is, when I come off the bench, I bring energy, you know, I have no fear. As soon as I step on the pitch, I just want to go out my man and beat my man, you know, and create stuff for my team. So I think that's the biggest attribute for me, is because of me, is that I have no fear. I have nothing to lose, you know. I just want to play and help the team, you know.
With you said you're a bit about your best attributes, then what have you got to improve next? What are those 2 or 3 things do you think, so you can really get into that first team?
Yeah, just staying on, switching on, just tactically staying ready. You know, of course, I got to improve so many attributes, even attacking wise. Even my best attributes, I still got to improve on. My dribbling, my shooting, I still got to improve on. Same with my defending, I still got to improve on. So I think all around, everything can go to the next level, I think.
A big figure in the Netherlands is Ron Jans, who's your manager now. Can you tell me about the impact he's had on you?
Yeah, he gave my debut last season, and he's trusted me a lot of times. Yeah, the relationship's great. Obviously, sometimes he always keeps telling me to be patient, you know, because I'm just hungry to play, you know. So sometimes I keep telling him, I got to play, you know. But he knows what he's doing, you know. He's slowly building me in, so I can't thank him enough, you know. So no, he's been a really big impact, and obviously next season it'll be hopefully be a good season together. So yeah.
Yeah, he's a character as well, isn't he? Like, has he been quite what's he like around the players, just generally?
Yeah, always happy. I don't think I've ever seen I don't think I've ever seen him down, you know. Always positive, and always he loves his wingers as well, you know. So he always encourages us to go 1v1. He'll never say don't go 1v1. He's just, like I said, just a positive guy, fun guy, and yeah, he's an amazing guy.
Yeah. Coming off the pitch then, just for a moment, what have been some of those differences that you've had to make, adjustments you had to make, moving to a new country, like just off the pitch? I know the two countries have quite a lot of things you might say are like similar, but what have you noticed like a big shock almost to your culture?
Yeah, like I said, I've lived in North London my whole life, you know. That's all I ever know. So to come to live 17, 18 years of my life, live in one place, and then get to like a new country, new language, new environment is very tough, you know. And to live by myself straight away, it's a big change, you know. I'd say that compared to London, what I'm used to, London's very high, very 24/7. London don't sleep, you know. I'd say the Netherlands, it's a lot more chill, I'd say. But I like it now, and now I feel really settled in now, and I feel kind of at home now. I know everything, where to go, what to do. So I really like the Netherlands now. I'm really used to it.
And eventually, do you see yourself going back to England? Like, are you going to do a bit of a Nani Madueke, make a name for yourself, maybe move back? Or do you think there is an avenue that you could stay in the Netherlands or abroad in another country?
Yeah, 100%. This is why I come out here, to make the next step. I've come to Utrecht to hopefully do my trade here, keep developing, keep playing, and when the time is right, hopefully make the next step whenever it's ready. You know, I think of course it's a dream to play back in England. That's where I'm from, of course, but there's so many other avenues you can go. You can stay in Holland. You can go. There's so many different avenues. So I don't really focus too much on that, of course, but that is the end goal, of course. Next season, season after, whenever it is, you know, to really make the next step. So I don't want to focus too much on it, you know, just focus on what I want to do, and all of that will come as it comes.
Yeah, I think that makes sense in football. Like, things can change so quickly, and also in the Netherlands, the way that players are mentality-wise is that you are quite honest about your future. You go, well, yeah, this is a step. I am here to do really well here. Maybe one day do something else, and I think fans and clubs appreciate that. And you're up there as well with that. You know what you want to do next. You want to break into the Utrecht first team. You can have some competition to do that. But yeah, that's a very honest statement. Next season, I know I said about it already, breaking through. So you're not thinking about going out on loan. You're thinking about staying, and you want to make a place for yourself in that first team.
Yeah, 100%. Now I'm a first team player now. Even if I'm starting, I'm a first team player. I'm playing. I'm an important player for this team, and the manager knows that, of course. So yeah, I don't see myself going on loan or nothing. Like I said, I've had good talks with the manager. He wants me here for next season as well. So but like I said, football can change. Anything can happen, you know. So in the summer, I'm just focused on Utrecht, and that's all I can say right now.
That's exciting. Okay. Well, to finish, Adrian, then, what have you really enjoyed about this league as maybe a spectator, but also a player within it? What have you noticed and maybe you didn't realise about the league before?
I didn't know how big football was in the Netherlands as well. I knew it was big, you know, but I didn't know how big it was. And I'll say the most enjoyable moment, I was just playing football, you know, just in a new environment, new country. Sometimes I'm so focused on what's next, you know. Sometimes you got to sometimes realize, like, I'm 19 years old. I'm playing in one of the best leagues in the world. We're nearly qualifying for Europe, hopefully, this season. So sometimes you got to sit back and realize what you're doing and just embrace it, you know. Sometimes you got to do that once in a while, because sometimes we're always focused on what's next. So yeah, I'm just happy to be here and just keep developing.
Wise words, Adrian. Thank you so much for joining us, and all the best to you going ahead. We'll be keeping a close eye on you now. So good luck.
Thank you. Nice speaking to you.